Good morning, viewers. Here we are on day, what day are we at, Angie? Day 15? Sounds about right. Here we are on day 15. We are about to leave Wudinna and make our way to Eucla today, about a 7-hour journey. It's really good. I'm glad I'm going this way because I'll actually be younger by the time I get back to Western Australia. I'll be 2.5 hours younger, and so will Angie. So that's fantastic because I'm feeling a bit older today, 2.5 hours older. We'll be 2.5 hours longer. It's a 7-hour journey today from Wudinna to Eucla, which is actually only 4.5 hours because of course we take away 2.5 hours for travelling. We'll let you figure that one out, where my mind's at. So yes, today I'm going to be getting a little bit younger, and so's Angie. These time differences are weird. So we'll arrive. We're going to leave here about, 10ish I'd say, and we're probably going to arrive there. This time it would be about 5 o'clock, but it's not going to be that time. It's going to be about 3:30 or something in Western Australia. So weird. But anyway, one of the enjoyable things about travelling across state lines and the timey-wimey thing, it's a day we're looking forward to. We're still in the house, just about to leave. It was a pleasant night and good stay here, and pretty quiet out here, I can tell you. There wasn't much noise, and we're enough away from the highway that I couldn't really hear the trucks or anything. And Angie was woken up with the sound of a rooster waking her up. So the farm not too far away must have a rooster somewhere. So in for a good day. See you later on. And we parked beside the Wudinna bakery in hope it would be open, and it should be open by 9, but it's a public holiday, so we guess unfortunately no one will be into the bakery. We're looking forward to something from there. Anyway, something else in Wudinna, the Wudinna bakery in the town. So we've just dropped off out here to have a look at this information thing. Where were we? So Wudinna, there we are. You can actually drive to the coast, Venus Bay. Only a 95 kilometre detour and back, but it is. So we're about 100 kilometres from the coast. So that explains the wind and the coolness. And then we are heading up this way to Ceduna, and oh my word, past the border, and Eucla's somewhere about here, not far after the border. So yeah, a fair bit of distance. I'll come back to Wudinna again so you can just see that, this is where we went wrong yesterday. I just thought I'd tell you. So Port Augusta, we left it there, and somehow we ended up going down there and then going back there. So it was a sort of triangle, about an extra 50k this way and 50k that way, so 100k, little deviation, but it's all right. We made our way. Didn't take a right turn when we should have. So there's something, I don't know how we missed it, because there's not a heck of a lot to see out here. We've got a feeling that we could have been passing something, or truck in front of the sign. That happens a lot. You've got big trucks and big vehicles in front of you, and you don't actually see the sign. We've noticed that. You've got to be careful. Anyway, we're going to walk over to a statue. That's what we come here to show you.
It's actually a nice little town, isn't it?
We're discovering it's a cute little town. It's really weird, but we want to stay here an extra day. Just have each side represents a facet of the life of a farmer. Hand shears and woolen fibres in human form, mature sheep ready for shearing. And if we look in here at the statue, we can see that there's some hand shears looking like a human ready to cut the sheep down below. We have lots of names of farmers below the statue giving their dedication to the time Australia, a nation founded on farming and bull farms and merino sheep. Yeah, something we should be very grateful for. We have a history of this. On this side it says full grain heads, good years, male side, 4 walkways, community spirit, togetherness, helping and caring for each other, children, families and generations. And this side, hopefully you can see it in the sun, some grains and some stalk, 4 human shapes showing the generations, and our merino sheep down the bottom again. We have lots of companies who've dedicated their time, money and effort into putting up this magnificent statue in Wudinna. On this side is the sickle and wheat in human form, good years and plenty, lamb still growing, ewes and rams, fertility. And we can see the ewes and lambs down the bottom, woman's shape with wheat held to her, wheat stalks. This is showing the fertility sign. Down the bottom we have a dedication to the farmers in this area. Some of them dating back to 1917, things like that. I'll pick one on random. So the Byrne family, 1917, Alf and Eileen Byrne. So a dedication to the farmers in this area, going back for many years, even during World War II and 1928 and wow, 1917. And last of all, on the dedicated side here that faces the street, we've got the statues called the Australian Farmer, and it says the Australian Farmer, stylised human form, element sun, source of life, wheat and sheep, female side, missing grains, drought years, children, families and generation is what this side stands for. So going from the top to bottom, we've got some wheat stalks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 generations sort of growing of each other in their human form. Down the bottom, some merino sheep, and it says the Australian Farmer. The Australian Farmer, real 360 feature here. The sculptors Marjan Bekic and son. David's her son, and yes, they did this in 2009. I think Angie found out. Yes, there it says 2009. The Australian Farmer. There's a whole history bit out of it. A magnificent statue here. Again, showing our dedication and our gratefulness to some of the people that made this nation great. We should be grateful every day. I said back in Handorf, I was really interested to see what it would be like if one of those foundation pioneer style people stood here right now. You know, we have to be very, very grateful for everything they've done, even our First Nations people. It comes back to that history, that survival, that, you know, making life better for each generation that passes. Making it easier, making it more survivable. Absolutely fantastic. Here we are at Wirrulla. Decided to stop off here and have a bit of a wander around. And just using the toilet. No surprise there. Got a caravan park here that you can park your van and plug into power, $15 a night. You pay at the general store at the moment. It's got a laundry and a few other things. You've got that sort of way of travelling. In front of me is the Wirrulla general store, Trisha and Stokey's general store. Gonna go and have a look and see if we can get some grub, have a break, have a walk. What do we got over here? We've got the landholders of Wirrulla. The sign. Cooper Petty's 535 kilometres away. Gawler Ranges National Park. Truckies seem to like it here. There's a few truckies, so maybe they do a decent meal here if they know it's here. Sejuna's still 95 away. Gawler Ranges 126 away. Here comes my little angel crossing the road. Anyway, it looks like there's a Wirrulla Hotel. It looks like it's been around a little while. The Wirrulla Hotel, it looks old. We saw some signs coming here that said 1926, so yeah, old school stuff. Anyway, we're going to go inside the store and have a bit of... We are currently, I don't know, 10 or so kilometres away from, well, it might even be 20 from Penong. We've refueled. We're on our way. Oh, first dead wombat. Yeah, that was a wombat. Oh man, makes us sad seeing little wombats killed. They're just such an odd, unusual creature. It's a shame. Anyway, we have left Penong and we're currently driving in 39-degree weather. Oh yeah, look at that there. 39 degrees, beautiful summer day. Travelling across from South Australia to WA. Yes, I was a poet and did know it. Yeah, we're still at least 3 hours or so away from Eucla, but we are getting there bit by bit. We are heading towards the Nullarbor Plain and the Great Australian Bight before then, so we're hoping we'll drop in and get some shots from the Nullarbor Plain, and this time the Great Australian Bight. We sort of missed it on the way here. We're going to catch some on the way back. It's going well, but I'm forever grateful for a car that has air conditioning on a 39-degree day. You sit there and go, all right, this is travelling in style. I can't imagine what it would be like travelling without aircon. 39 degrees. Hopefully this old boy and old girl's fine. Yeah, they're not. Yep, they haven't got any hazard lights or anything on. Anyway, hooroo, see you later. 2 wombats. Oh man. Here we go. Perth, 1,771. Eucla, 340. So about 3 hours in front of us. Angie's excited about that when I told her. So it's going to be 6 something South Australian time. So we're not going to be in South Australia anymore. Sitting here in the middle of nowhere, literally, Nullarbor Plain. Angie has reminded me about the gift of this trip. One of the things that she's discovered is the peacefulness of not having phone calls constantly interrupt her, business calls, schools, texts, calls, scammers, they're always our favourite calls. Just constantly things coming through on on your device, your TikTok and all that sort of stuff. And she'd like to thank Vodafone for that, because yeah, we rarely pick up any Vodafone signals wherever we've been travelling. So it's been a very peaceful journey for her. We're just going to tell you that. So yeah, Telstra might be the way to go if you're into receiving a signal more often, because Vodafone, yeah, they're probably deep in some of the towns you'll pick up a signal again, but it's been a little blank for our little Angie. So she relies on the Wi-Fi a lot to catch up with all the Insta, Facebooky, you know, family stuff, make calls and do FaceTime. We're just having a look at these cute little caravans over here. Look at the size of these ones. They're great. Little tiny caravan and another little tiny caravan. They look like they're made for hobbits. It says rough and ready. Very cute. Like little post box and things on the side. And this is old fart right up my alley. There's a Nullarbor plain thing. We've been here before. Just stretching my legs. That's what we're all doing. Stretching our legs. The bloke over here is bloody cycling across the Nullarbor plain. Man, some crazy stuff. Imagine riding your bike. There is a hell of a westerly blowing. I wonder if we've stopped off at one of those camera points we were telling you about to look back at the Great Australian Bight. And yeah, it's sort of a few hundred metres in off the air highway. When we get to the end, hopefully we'll see a great picture of our South Australian, we're still in that side, coastline, the bit known as the Great Australian Bight. Anyway, back to the coastline, and Angela, there she is, she's hanging onto a hat because it is very windy, super blowy out this way. But in fact, so blowy I'm putting the camera strap on just in case. And oh wow, look at that, I can already see part of the Great Australian Bight already. Where the desert meets the sea. It's the southern right whales, so you can maybe see some whales from here. Some breeding sites. The cliffs of the Great Australian Bight. And there it is. Look at that, folks. That's special. Special if you're an Aussie, but if you're a tourist, have a sticky beak. And here as well, the edge of our great land, the southern edge. Yeah, if we keep going that way, let's see if I can point it south, basically Antarctica's the next place we reach. So lots of ocean between us and the South Pole. And then our biggest island in the world, Australia, surrounded by water. That is a magnificent shot.
Watching the waves roll in from the ocean, watching the flowers bloom on a tree, watching our children play and grow older, watching the love between you and me. It's a beautiful world that we live in. It's a beautiful world that we live in. It's a beautiful world that we live in. It's a beautiful world that we love in.
Look at her. I love catching that look. Here we are in Eucla. We've made it. We're about to investigate and find out what our rooms are like. I'll show you in a second.
Singing in the dawning, hearing the laughter float on the wind, hearing the song of human lives breathing